Enthusiast here with Benidorm Stuff YouTube channel. It's Easter week and the resort is absolutely bustling with tourists. For today's video we're going to take you for a walk from the Levante side through the old town up to the Mirador and back down over onto the Poniente side to see how Benidorm is looking on this beautiful spring day. Semana Santa is a massive week for national tourism here in Benidorm. Thousands of Spaniards have arrived this week with their families to enjoy the sunshine and the beaches. There's also loads of British and Irish here, of course, and Easter week sees people from other parts of Europe, the Netherlands, Belgium and France, for example, all arriving in Benidorm. For those that say Benidorm is not family friendly, and it's only really the Brits I ever hear say this, where you only have to look at the amount of Spanish and Europeans that choose Benidorm for their family holiday to know that that is just not the case. Of course, there are parts of Benidorm that aren't suitable for children, places that you wouldn't want your kids anywhere near. But Benidorm is a massive resort and the more adult orientated party areas are just a tiny part of it. There's so much more to do in Benidorm than party. As I always like to say, there is something for everybody in Benidorm and many families can and do have a fantastic holiday here. We're going to head up to the Mirador now, one of the most iconic parts of Benidorm, a fabulous viewpoint area which sits on the headland in between the Levante and Poniente sides. Busy in the old town today. Hotel occupancy levels are expected to be on a par with pre-pandemic numbers this week. Almost all the hotels in our region are now open, over 90% in Benidorm itself, and they are expected to be 80% full by the weekend. Similar numbers to Easter 2019, one of our busiest years before the pandemic hit. National tourism dominates the market at Easter, with over 65% of visitors being from right here in Spain. Yes, the Spanish absolutely love Benidorm as well. And I love the feel of the old town when it's like this. The hustle and bustle and the sound of the chit-chat bouncing off the streets really adds to the atmosphere. On to Calle Alameda, a trendy terrace street in the heart of the old town. Hotel City Olympia sits at one end and Hotel Alameda at the other. The street is lined with tables and chairs which belong to the charming bars and restaurants on this stretch. A great place to come for drinks or a bite to eat, especially on days like this when the sun is shining bright. One of my favourite spots on this street is Diva, where they do fantastic authentic Italian pizzas. They also have over 300 gins at Diva, so if you're a gin lover you might want to give this place a try. We're going to head up the hill to the Mirador now, a beautiful spot to chill and take in the stunning views. They've got The artisan market set up here for Easter week, some little craft stalls, and you can also get your caricature done. There are loads of tourists up here today, some just enjoying a refreshment and some sightseeing. This viewpoint was built upon the remains of a fortress that was used to defend against pirates in the 14th, 15th and 16th centuries. The area was recently excavated on an archaeological project to recover more of the remains of the castle. You can now see the ruins through the glass panels on the floor, but I think the main reason people come up here is to enjoy the panoramic views of Benidorm. On the one side you've got views right the way over the Levante part of Benidorm, the side most used by British tourists, which homes the New Town and the Rincon de Loix areas. On the other side you'll see the old town's own little bay, Playa Malpaz, and the whole of the Poniente beach, which stretches 3 kilometres down to the area known as La Cala de Benidorm. In the middle you've got this little platform area, the balcony to the Mediterranean. It's one of the most Instagrammed spots in the whole of Europe, where you can stand and stare out at the blues and greens of the Mediterranean Sea right the way out to Benidorm Island. You've also got the San Jaime Church up here by the Mirador. Many religious festivities are concentrated around this church, which was built in the 19th century and dedicated to one of the patron saints of Benidorm, St. James. One of the longest standing British pubs is up here by the Mirador, just behind the church. This is Sherry's, established in 1977, run by a lovely couple I'm sure many of you will know, Jeff and Carol. Well worth a visit if you're up here. We're going to head back down the hill now and have a look at Tapas Alley before taking you through to the other side of Benidorm, the Poniente side, where we'll end our little tour today at the Dove Park. Busy today at Tapas Alley, or Zona de los Pinchos as the Spanish sometimes call it. This little street is lined with tapas, bars and restaurants, many with an influence from the Basque region, which is why it's also called Zona de los Vascos. The Basque country is famous for its pincho style tapas, which are often served on a piece of bread with a toothpick piercing through the middle. Don't be afraid or embarrassed when ordering at these bars. Just pick and point at what you fancy. It really is as simple as that. Don't overthink it and enjoy. It's not just pinchos and tapas available on this street. You can come here for a proper sit-down meal with lots of Spanish dishes available. And it's not the only place in Benidorm to come for some proper Spanish cuisine. We'll be showing you some more bars and restaurants around Benidorm in a future video. Alley, which leads you onto the walking street, the main thoroughfare which takes you down onto the Poniente side of Benidorm at Parque Elche. because of all the birds that tend to gather here. It's another landmark spot which overlooks the harbour and the corner of Poniente Beach. The doves or pigeons love to flap about around the fountain here, and it's a nice place for a walk with the towering palm trees really adding to the Mediterranean feel. There's also some kids play parks which make it a pleasant spot for the family. That sums up our tour for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed having a look around the old town. Happy Easter to you all, wherever you may be spending it. Leave us a comment, let us know what you're up to this Semana Santa. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future videos, and also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.